Market recap for Friday, the 29th of August. What a good day to milk the market that day, right? So, as I explained in the last recap, that we were going up to just go down because, again, it's a seek and destroy bearish Friday. All the prices were there. So, and I know my minimum target based on what's showing here is at least Wednesday low, right? If we look at Wednesday low, right there. Or is it right there? No, it's right there, right? It's also at liquidities that I was pointing out that I needed to be hit for this week, right? Especially like this red one. So you can see right there, we have this liquidity. And if we feeling a bit overzealous, it's this liquidity, right? So we have sell side that we left behind that I want us to take out. And knowing what the week is and seeing us close everything, right? So yesterday we went and closed everything that's inefficient, right? Respecting the break at the end of the day and just started dumping. So Asia starts dump. We keep going, then consolidate. And then what does it do? We take sell side and we go ahead and take buy side and then dump, right? So let's get some levels. I think check this if this has some levels. So mainly for the whole week we're respecting this breaker, right? Which I expect it to be inverse, right? Once we go up. But let's just get rid of this breaker now. Don't need it. Let's explain the levels that are needed, right? So this, I believe, is the top of our daily busy. I'll just show this once because I need to actually have a visual look, right? Top of the daily busy. Sibi, what the hell am I on about? Top of day Sibi, right? And there's another Sibi below it, and then we have our busy as well. So we're just in a cluster of stuff. We're respecting the midpoint. Then I'm gonna count this as a mohawk day because just it's a seek and destroy, right? Wait for us and people like, okay, we're gonna go higher to just dump it straight on them, right? And midpoint is the orange line and blah 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 blah. All right, let's get actually to like what happened. So once we start dumping in Asia and London, right, we have 8:30 news, right, which I expect to be the manipulation. If this went lower, we were gonna go higher, right? So the 8:30 news, I'm waiting for it to see, oh, we actually is this idea right? So what do? We take the 8:30 news, which if you like following this logically, right? For us to go down, we're going down, right? We're hitting all the PD arrays. This CE of something. What's this? The CE of? I actually can't remember. But it's the CE of something if it's blue, right? So we're at the top. We go through the CE. I'm pretty sure if this CE is gonna be a wick on like the 4. There we go. Do you see this 4-hour? The second that we went all the way and basically closed it, right? This whole order block, I'd expect us not to breach the CE, right? So this should have supported price higher, but now I'm expecting it to act as resistance, right? So I would not want price to close above that level. So let's get back to the technicals. So we go down London, cool. We hit this order block. We stolen 8:30 news. If we manipulate lower, which is this orange line, remember, is the CB CE on the daily chart, which means if we manipulate lower, we're going higher, right? But guess what? We open at 8. I mean, don't open, but at 8:30, we manipulate where? Higher. Do we close above that CE? No. Do we wick above it? Yes. Why? I mean, relative equal highs, fair value gap, and then back in the range, right? chilling where? Around the upper quadrant, right? We're just accumulating around the upper quadrant. That's all in cool. Like, now I'm bearish, but we could still manipulate and then go up. So I'm waiting for what? I'm waiting for us to actually give signs that we are going. If we're gonna go for today, what do I expect? I expect us to open and be gone. What's the characteristic for open and gone, right? So like we hit the order block, there was other like daily blocks and like everything was, if we're gonna reverse, it was at this part of price, right? So let's dive deeper. Open and gone. So I'm expecting price to just open and get out of there, right? So I'm right there, which is our closing price, and then our opening price. I know it's stacking up, but just bear in mind, I do not want to see price even reach the lower quadrant. The second it reaches lower quadrant, the possibility of this day being open and gone is very, very, very low. Right, so once it does that, and I'm starting to see it leave, perfect. We go all the way down. This area was the area for like time to reverse, right? If we were gonna reverse for the day, if we're gonna go higher, as you can see, we go up. I think we're staying within the CB, right? We don't close above it, but let's say we closed. It depends what this candle does. Do we respect this kind of balanced price range? No. Second this candle closed like that, we invalidated everything to go higher. Everything. From daily to 4 hour to whatever. The second that this candle did all this and closed like that, bro, this opened, I'm just trying to catch anything within this order block. It goes up, sold. So I sell just one contract because I know this is a low probability week. Stop loss above that high right there, and then I let it run to what? The targets of the Judah. That makes sense, right? The Judah is the fake move. When we're going down, look at us. The fair value gap drop, right? We go to the CE of that wick drop. To the order block, we need to go higher. We go higher, fill this whole range, right? Benefit it. There's make buy side liquidity. Go take that. Keep going lower. And then we're just working lower. So we're working lower until here, where we disrupt everything and then go higher, right? This doesn't seem part of it, of the move if you're thinking about continuation. That's if you're trying to find your Judah. And so from here to here, because this should have started working lower, but we went higher. That's my Judah, right? Judah. Depends the size of the Judah. If it's actual normal size, what are we looking for? The 2.25, and the 2.5. Looking at my daily, that don't match to anything significant. I'm expecting this to be at the dump day, so I'm gonna use the 4 and the 4.5. As you can see, we perfectly hit it. We extend to the, I'm gonna explain that later, but I take the sell where to my liquidity. This is a cool confluence, whatever, but if you can remember, I had these let me just show it. Where is it? See, I had this as an important sell side that I want to see taken out, and these would be nice, right? And this would be nice if we're like, okay, we're pushing it, but mainly them two. So sell side was there, so that's my target. So right there, boom, we hit it at what? 1050. Perfect. That's just perfect. Why? Because for my, think about this, for my open and gone days where they qualify everything, right? There's sell side, I know that needs to reach, the Judah is matching, and then what happens? Time, right? There's two different ones. There's ones that end at the 1050 macro, and why would it end at the 1050 macro? Because it's London close. If London dumped us and we're a continuation, we're most likely to stop there. But if New York starts the dump, then expect another dump at the PM session, right? So I'm waiting for time. I don't care about where the TP is. I'm gonna wait until 10:50. I'm gonna see what that macro does, but most likely I need to be basically off my position at 10:50, right? London close, 10:50 macro. I'm out. So I'm basing my exit on time for this day. I really don't care about liquid because it could keep going and going and going, right? But what are the other confluences? The sell side is telling me our target is around here. I mean, the Jude is telling me our target is around here. The liquidity is right here, right? And what's here? There's a whole daily CB, right? So this is the upper, the top of it, upper quadrant, CE, which is the low of the day. I think is it perfectly to the tick? Look at that. Perfectly to the tick, the CE, and then we have the lower and whatever. If we lose this, we're gonna dump hard, but as you can see, we stopped there, right? So that's low of the day. And time. What time do we come here to take that liquidity? What did we say? Because look, we just went slightly above it, which means this is just a BS run, right? 10:50, we hit that liquidity, I'm out. So from one little contract, a quick 3.4k. That's how I want to trade. And if I could, I wish I can get good. I mean, not wish, I will get this good eventually, inshallah. 2, spot this week even earlier for me to put all my risk for that week on just one trade, just one shot, one kill, because I just understand it, right? Rather than wasting my time on a low probability week, right? So for this day, mainly just watch out if it's going to be open and gone. Have clear targets that you're pointed out and were pissed off that they weren't reached early in the week, which means they'll come back for it later this week or the next week, right? Once them two are gone and one of your models exists, this is the easiest day to trade. You sell and you keep selling, right? Because it's not going to go higher until it reaches the target or until 1050 is there. Think about it. We dumping. First presented fair value gap. You sell, stop loss right there. Boom, we dumping. Order block, dumping, right? We fill this gap, but above us there's a gap, so you're gonna allow for us to trade. We don't even reach the CEO of it. So let's say you sell here, stop loss there. It's still fine. Dump it. Boom, we create another gap, dumping it again with this order block all the way down, right? But remember, we still leave this gap open, so your stop loss still has to be above this high, right? Allowing for the mean threshold for the order block, but within this fair value gap. We retrace, it's still not 1050, so you don't be out until boom 1050. We're mainly looking at the macro, it's not 1050 exactly, so 1050 to 1110, but cut something at least at 1050, and you can see just perfectly on time. And then after that, what do? We meander around, consolidate, which us making this low resistance liquidity run to take it, make the low of the day, and then meander around between what? Between the low of the CB and the high of the other CB, right? Just perfect delivery, right? All the other days invalidating PDA raise, whatever, but today was just perfect. And even though I had all this drawn out, and as you can see, the market wasn't as accurate with them, but there will be that one day in the week when it's accurate and it's going to use all of these PDA raise. Anyway, that's enough yap for this day.